You know, a long time ago, back in the day when I was in high school, or either ending middle school, entering high school, a certain game called Sonic Generations came out. And that game was so fun, right? So much fun that I played it for years. And even to this day, I would have still played the original. However, as of this year, 2024, at least when we're recording this, a new version of this game came through. And well, it added a couple things to the original that honestly wouldn't make a difference whatsoever, but it did add a new thing into the game. And that's where we lead off today. I had to let it play out, man. It's that good. Anyway, what's getting hit by your boy? See me here with me, guys, to Let's Play Sonic X Shadow Generations. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. And during this LP, at least while I'm recording this, the DLC is gonna drop and it's gonna be hype. I'm talking about the Sonic movie thing. I forgot exactly what it was called, but I'll flash it up here. But enough of that. We have two different options that we can go for. Going in with Sonic Generations, the game I was talking about earlier. But then we have, well, yeah, Shadow Generations. I'm going to be upfront in saying that both sides will be covered throughout this whole entire LP. However, for those who want, or for those who do not want to see this along with this, I'm going to be having a whole entire separate Let's Play for each, at least two separate playlists, and have the main one being everything combined. However, there are some stuff that we have to consider as well, like some skins for Martin Sonic and for Shadow. The only thing you're missing is, well, the classic Sonic skin. I did not get that, unfortunately. Rip. But enough dilly-dallying. I'm going off a little bit too much. Let's just jump right into Sonic Generations proper and get into it. Oh, I love that. That's just so nostalgic for me. I'm sorry. But we can just go ahead and jump straight into it. We do have, of course, offline mode, which is basically time attack against other players. We also have options, which we can go into real quick. Definitely has a lot more than last time. Obviously, voiceover, language, subtitles, control, Omo Chow, we can turn that on and off. For this, I am going to turn it off. I feel like I can go ahead and talk about it. Challenge tries. Just live for challenges. By default, lives are turned off. If you want to go and make this game a little bit easier for yourself, then you can go ahead and turn this off. But if you want to go the classic route, you can always turn it on. For this instance, however, I think I'm going to keep it off because that way, one, I'm not just going ahead and grinding up for lives every 10 seconds because there are certain points that I would be grinding and it's not even remotely funny in the slightest. I wish I was joking. But yeah, vibration, I will turn it off at least. Another thing, controller type. We have two. We have Standard, which is basically that of Sonic Frontiers. However, we have the Legacy setting as well, which is what I'm more used to, and that's what we're going to be using. Sound settings, we're not going to mess with that, and brightness settings are going to stay the same. That's what I'm going to be using. But with that being said, let's jump into a new game and get this party started. This is my personal file over here. Yeah, 13 hours, blah, blah, blah. But with that being said, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're starting out straight off into Green Hill Zone. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. So, with Classic Sonic, he does move a little bit. He is based more on momentum. You can go ahead and press down and press the equivalent of the X button, B button, whatever you want to call it, and he'll do his signature spin dash. What else is there? During a whole entire loop, you can go ahead and also do a spin dash, and you'll go through it really quickly. Obviously, you can just press A, B, jump, whatever the equivalent is. And you basically want to go as best you can, going through the whole entire level. And like I said, Classic Sonic is momentum based, so that's gonna be fun. But also in classic format, there are multiple routes you can go. What I was going through originally was the top half. We're currently like in the middle, going back to the top half, which is actually not that bad. Don't hit the spikes, because otherwise then you will lose your rings. And rings are basically what's going to help you throughout this whole entire game. Basically, the more rings you have, the more damage you'll be able to take. Because if you take any damage while you have 0 rings, then you are pretty much kind of screwing yourself over. And that's putting it blunt. I.e., if you were to have lives on, you would be taking lives left and right. However, since we're not going to be dealing with that, we are all set to go. And there we go. That's the end of the first stage. Nice. And as you can see, on the result screen, we are based on time, rings, as well as how well we do. If we do not get any lives taken from us, that is a perfect bonus. And that is our only way of getting S ranks. I'm going to try to get S ranks in every stage that we go through, but just so you know, that is a thing.
Be here any second.
Hey guys, what's going on? You having a party or something?
Surprise!
Aw, you guys.
It's kinda impossible to surprise you.
You totally got me this time. I had no idea.
Yeah, right. Happy birthday, Sonic. Hope you like this.
Like it? I love it. What?
Sonic,
Ah!
what is that? What's it doing?
Hey! Those are my friends!
And we have arrived in a mysterious white void of sorts. As you may, you can't go any further from here. And if you were to try to go over here, yeah, there's not much you can do. Our only option is right here. It does look like Green Hill, but something's off. Well, our only way to figure it out is by going into Act 2 of, well, I think you pretty much put 2 and 2 together. Let's go. Now this is the Sonic I'm more familiar with. With modern Sonic, you can actually boost with this, a la Sonic Unleashed, and the way you go about it, you could basically go 0 to 100. What I like to do here is just drift by pressing down the shoulder buttons. Actually, not the shoulder buttons, the trigger buttons, depending on which version you are playing on. But yeah, that's basically it. While doing tricks, you can go ahead and use the analog stick in one of the 4 directions. Either north, south, east, or west, or up, down, left, right, in order to go and do a trick. Press both shoulder buttons together, and you'll be able to complete the trick, which is nice. The more range you get, or the more tricks you do, adds to the boost gauge, allowing you to do more. As you guys can see, we are actually doing pretty well. And yeah, we're getting chased by a damn fish. Did no one surprise ever. And, well, yeah, we're boosting around. Similar to that of classic Sonic, Modern Sonic also has some variety in routes you can take as well. But, in this case, you gotta be quick with Sonic. He's more speed. While classic Sonic is speed, but it's more momentum based, while classic Sonic is speed, but boost based. That's what I like to see. As you guys can see, we are really just going through it real quick. It's actually not that funny. But, oh shit, you don't want that to happen. Also, you can stop on the ground while in the air by pressing the equivalent of the A button, which I'm using for the Switch. And you can be able to stop. There are other abilities that we can use. However, that will come at a later time. But for now, we've reached the end. And since we didn't take a life or anything of the sort, we get our perfect bonus. And look at Sonic breaking it down. Like, holy shit, dude. Damn. You got the style points on that one. Anyway, let's get a move on.
Thanks, Sonic. That was awful. I couldn't tell where I was or what had happened. Ugh, like I was trapped in a nightmare.
Well, you're safe now, and that's what's important. Is it just me, or does Green Hill look different?
This isn't South Island, and all the color and life's been drained from it. Totally strange.
And no stranger than fighting evil genies or saving aliens in an interstellar amusement park. Right now, we should focus on finding our friends.
We can start over there. That skyline looks familiar, but I can't be sure.
Well, that's as good a lead as any, Tails. Back in a flash.
Wow, that was crazy, Sonic. You weren't kidding. It's like you never left.
And now, since we completed both acts, we now see the full entirety of the stage's entirety. You can now switch between the 2 Sonics. Press X in this version of the game to switch Sonics and use both to explore the world. Search for Chao hidden in various stages. Check your save Chao in the collection room. Now, I could go back in there and we can rock it out again, but let's talk to Tails.
Wow.
Way to go on that S rate, Sonic. Not even my mecha can keep up with you. I also want to point out, keep this whole entire area right here in mind. anyone who has played this game in the original release, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, keep this area in mind. We will be coming back for it later. Another thing I want to go over to real quick is, well, the skill shop.
Hi, I'm the Monster Child. When you clear the stage, I'll give you points as the presence based on your ranking. On the ranking you earn. Use the points by finding skills appear in the skill shop. Skills will be available.
I cannot speak. He's been great. Give me a sec.
Hi, I'm the Monster Child. When you clear the stage, I'll give you points as the presence based on the ranking you earn.
Fuck.
Hi, I'm the Monster Child. When you clear the stage, I'll give you points as the presence based on the ranking you earn. Use the points by skills here in the skill shop. Skills will give you new abilities.
So yeah, this is basically our equivalent of the skill equipment side of Sonic and the Secret Rings. That's what I would like to call forth anyway. But right out the gate, we have so many things to go for. We have Sure-Footed, which allows you to land your feet after getting damaged. This requires 20 skill points. I definitely want to grab that right away.
You got skills! Skills that have different effects, like damage protection or increasing speed. So they'll give you use in your adventures. Skills will be equipped in the skill shop or by selecting skill customization and baby.
We also have Safety Net, which we can begin with 10 rings at the start after a restart, and this requires 40 points. Not a big fan of it, but hey, if you want to go for something like make sure I'm not screwed over right away, then that's pretty good. Last Chance. Once again, this is going to apply to if you have lives on. Gives an extra life when you're out of life. And it's pretty much like your Saved by the Bell kind of thing. And it requires 50 skill points. 10-second rings. Drop rings takes 10 seconds to disappear when the usual 5 applies. It requires 30 skill points. Athleticism. Boost speed less when moving uphill and in water. Definitely one I would recommend. We also have Shield, which literally is for Classic Sonic only, that protects you from a single hit. Really good, really nice if you really want that extra protection. The only downside is you only need 60 points when you only have 100. So yeah, basically over half of your skill points are being used on this one. Blast Off, a very, very well loved ability in my opinion. When you see the word go, you get a free boost. This requires 10, and I highly recommend you get it. Speed Up allows Sonic's speed to increase, and this requires 20 skill points to equip. Definitely want to get that, and you can also buy lives here as well. Yeah. Also, if you're wondering how the hell I managed to get 10,000 points already, and because I upgraded my day one copy to the digital version, and yeah, I'm getting all the stuff that came with the digital version, but yeah, we got a little bit more to go, but next time on Sonic Generations, we go on and continue onward to the next stage, which this gives us a hint. Till then, keep it poppin', as always be easy.